us to review Frida. But before we do that, I want to point out I am hearing buzz about Star Wars. You've heard of it? Before I forget, I wanted to bring this up. Now, we talked last week that Kathleen Kennedy was on her way out. And depending on whether you listen to the podcast or saw the videos, you heard us discuss that Kathleen Kennedy was on her way out. You were hoping. Whether she's gone 100% or not, I don't know. Apparently, she is off in Europe shooting Indiana Jones 5 without Indiana Jones. It's a very, very Kathleen Kennedy thing to do. Which means that the two Merry Mischief makers left at Lucasfilm, that would be Happy Hogan and Dave Filoni. John Favreau and Dave Filoni. Those two guys are now in charge pretty much of Star Wars part of Lucasfilms. They are going to be doing, what I've heard, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is now getting ready to film, and it's going to have bunches and bunches of Darth Vader in it. So this will run between the prequels, which are the 3 that George Lucas shot, and then episode 4, so it'll be like between episode 3 and episode 4. Basically, Obi-Wan cannot get over Darth Vader and is dreaming about him, and Darth Vader is dreaming about Ben, so the two of them just cannot quit each other, and they're just dreaming about each other and just basically showing how Anakin Skywalker became a bad butt and starts killing every Force user who gets mitts on. So I'm good with that. But
sounds interesting.
So that's going to be the first one out of the chute.
I know over the weekends there was a trailer released of a thing called Vision, Star Wars stories. And everybody is going crazy about this in a good way.
Oh, that's the other.
I am one of those people that is going crazy about this because
that's the other thing that came out this past week.
Yeah,
because they're bringing back the extended universe.
It's like they got 9 stories, and all of them is animated. And if you take Japanese anime, there's Star Wars stories in there. And apparently this is not like, has nothing to do with like Luke or anything like that. It's just versions of stories of what else was going on when this was happening.
Considering Star Wars is basically a love letter to Japanese drama anyway, because Japanese drama is all about sword fighting, sword play, honor, loyalty, all this other stuff. Hustle, loyalty, respect, whatever. Which we'll get into wrestling here in a second. Something else we talk about. But yeah, so that ought to be a good one. Plus, like I said, they're bringing the extended universe back. Apparently, Dave Filoni has had his fill of this. We're going to take everything that wasn't in the first 2 movies and just whiz all over it and throw it out. Airlock and stuff. We're starting to see bits and pieces coming back. So,
I mean, I'm excited for it.
Good on you guys, because, yeah, there's been a lot of Star Wars crap over the years, but there's been enough nuggets of gold inside all that crap. It's a good thing. So, Jesus. Believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to it, because Star Trek is freaking dead. They gave, what's his name, Kurtzman, a 5-year extension on his contract. That's the guy who's been giving us stuff like Lower Decks and Discovery and all the other Star Wars, all the Star Trek Drek. He got his contract renewed. Another 5 years, Star Trek is going to be so much garbage that it's going to be radioactive for another generation. So,
For now.
Seriously.
Hopefully sometime in our lifetime somebody will come along with the passion and the smarts and be like, hey, I want to do something with this, and everybody's going to do it.
Wow. Ask you a question. Okay. When was the last time, and you've been to more comic book conventions than I have, been to more Geek Fest than I have, okay, which is not saying much, but I've been to zero. So everybody goes to more. When was the last time you saw a blue shirt, gold shirt, or most of all, a red shirt, which is every geek fanboy and fangirl's most wanted possession with the little Starfleet logo on it? It has been...
Okay, so...
Hold on. Literally, it has been 2 decades since I saw it.
So, basically, there are still what they call trekkies out there and trekkie conventions.
Trekkers.
Those things still do exist, but when you go to Comic Cons, the one thing that you see no matter what, for some reason, is you'll have the original cast of Power Rangers. Why? I have no idea, but they're always there.
I have to admit, I never saw the appeal of Power Rangers. I guess it's one of those things. Then again, I've never been an X-Men guy either. True. No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not into teams. I just prefer good teams.
You do see a lot of Doctor Who people.
Oh boy, there's another dumpster fire of a franchise right now. Although, Lady Who and her neighbor Chris Chibnall are apparently underway. They've got 2 more movies to try to finish dumping all over Doctor Who, and then they go out to the artists. We'll see what happens next. Last rumor I heard is that they're going to get a mincy-princy gay guy to play Doctor Who next, just so they can finish killing off the franchise, because the BBC hates Doctor Who. They have always hated Doctor Who. They did it first back in the 1960s because they didn't. Okay, let me explain what's up at the BBC. Okay. The BBC is owned essentially by the British government. Okay, it's not a division of the British government; it's like a quasi-government thing. And up until recently, everybody in Britain who wanted to watch television had to pay the BBC like £150 a year just for the privilege of watching television. Okay, imagine if KET, PBS, were to require every American in America with a television to pay them $150 a year, actually $200 a year, $150. Imagine if PBS required everybody with a TV to pay $200 a year per TV to PBS in order to pay for the program. That's what the BBC is. Well, that went away a couple of years ago because people were so disgusted with the BBC, and it's been growing for decades anyway. So now the BBC, back in the early 1960s when they started it, since the government was giving them money that was accumulating just for those TV licenses, they demanded they put more children's programming in. So they came up with Doctor Who. The BBC has wanted to end Doctor Who ever since. Even when they make money, there are people at the BBC who still hate Doctor Who. They have been doing everything in their power to destroy it, and right up to they managed to destroy it back in the 80s, the late 80s, they managed to kill it off with a bunch of bad decisions, and let's be honest, it's kind of hard to follow number 4 anyway. But when it was resurrected back in the late 90s, early 90s, it was right around 2000 or so when the new one started. No, I think it was about 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was, the new one started. And the BBC did it because their ratings were suffering, and they had people who were really interested in telling good stories, so they rebooted Doctor Who, started back up where they left off, and it became a blockbuster, a global blockbuster. The reason BBC America exists today as a television channel in this country is because of Doctor Who. It's the only place you can watch it. So we went through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, before they were finally able to start working on it enough. They got rid of the guy who actually got in and managed to reinvigorate Doctor Who. He got burned out, and then they managed to get the female doctor, and they pretty much finished killing it off because they turned Doctor Who into a social justice thing, and nobody wanted to see that. So everybody just headed for the exits. So, whether we get a mincy-princy Paramount's done with Star Wars. They're not even holding a gun to Star Trek stats. That's his one. Star Trek. Paramount. Sci-fi is such a mess right now, but Star Trek is dead. Doctor Who is dying. Star Wars may still be saved, but only if Kathleen Kennedy is allowed nowhere near the production streams. She will be back. I bet you one way or another she'll be. She's got too many pictures of too many heathen perverts to not be allowed back in Star Wars. Almost like Star Trek. I hate Star Trek. Anyway. I can't watch the old Star Trek anymore. It's been so long. Believe it or not, it's been so long since I've seen any of the old episodes of Star Trek. I can't remember what happens. It's been that long. They've only made, 65 episodes of Star Trek? I used to know all 65 of them. I knew which ones to avoid. But I couldn't even tell you. I could tell you Joan Collins dies at the end of that one episode, spoiler alert. But, beyond that, I couldn't even tell you.
I know more of Next Generation than anything.
I used to watch Next Generation, but I'm still a Kirk. Okay, this is the weird part. If you're watching Star Trek, Season 1 is great, Season 2 is pretty good, Season 3 blows dead bare. Or dead Klingon, I guess I should say. And then the new generation, the Next Generation, wait until Riker grows a beard. If Riker does not have a beard, you do not want to watch that episode. Okay? Because once Riker grew a beard, it just got so much better. I don't know what it is. It's not like Jonathan Frakes really looks that good in the beard, but really looks like a real mouth mushroom. But anyway, hello, Star Wars fans.
Star Wars.
And how come they never called them Star Warriors? They always called them Jedi. The Star Wars fans always call themselves Jedi. Always called them. It starts with the letter